A number of medical centers in the VA system of care have rich and varied histories, with 11 dating back to the 1800s, when they were established as national homes for disabled volunteer soldiers. As you're about to see, one of these has an especially interesting background.
Hollywood, known for its glitz, glamour, and movie stars, is a city with a rich heritage in the art of filmmaking. But how is its history tied to the Department of Veterans Affairs? Located about 5 miles from the Pacific Ocean is VA's West Los Angeles Medical Center property. In the late 1800s, it was home to the National Home for Disabled Volunteer Soldiers. On its grounds were buildings featuring Civil War-era architecture, a tree-lined landscape, along with cannons positioned here and there, all of which made it attractive as a shooting location for motion picture pioneers who came to Southern California in the early 1900s.
They came here because of the weather and also to make westerns. They would film on the hillsides. They also did a lot of Civil War films.
Film historian Brent Walker is referring to the work of pioneer film producer Thomas Ince, who used the Soldier Home property to shoot a number of Civil War-era motion pictures.
He might need a location where there might be a Civil War house, and really in Los Angeles there weren't a lot. There was a fountain in front of the library, which was used in the film as a recruiting office. There was also cannons on the property.
These scenes are from his 1915 feature-length drama, The Coward. Another early filmmaker who took advantage of cannons positioned at the Soldier Home property was producer Mack Sennett, the creator of Keystone Comedies.
Sennett came west from New York with the Keystone Company in 1912. He quickly established the conventions of film comedy.
On the topic of this early film producer, Brent is extremely knowledgeable, having authored an extensive history of the comedy producer's career. One of the earliest comedies Sennett filmed on the Soldier Home grounds was Stolen Glory, produced shortly after he arrived in California.
In that film, you actually see old Civil War veterans with beards, and they actually used the residents of the Soldiers' Home as extras, basically playing themselves. You see the library in the background and some of the other buildings.
Some remnants of this bygone era still remain.
There's the chapel. There's a couple of old buildings that date from the 1890s era that are the only remnants of that period here. Looking at old aerial maps, you can see exactly where they were.
The grounds of the West LA VA Medical Center are host to a unique facet of motion picture history, a history that comes alive whenever these movies are screened.
The Department of Veterans Affairs, along with the National Park Service, encourages you to visit VA locations that were once national homes for disabled volunteer soldiers. Since the 19th century, each of these sites has fostered a rich heritage based on serving veterans of all eras. Even if you're not able to physically travel to these historic places, it's easy to learn more about their interesting origins by going to the website featured on your screen.